Come into the room, family. Come into the room. I see that Farm Girl Rebel is in here first. Tell us about our sound. Coast didn't come in. Thank you. And we're going to get with you in a moment. Welcome. Welcome. I am the H-Town vet, and I'd like to welcome you to this live stream, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans, active duty members, and their dependents. Give us a moment. Well, it seems like everything is fine and people are starting to enter the room. So we want to thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And as I've said, for those just getting into the room that may be new to the channel or return subscribers or viewers, welcome. I am the H-Town vet, and you are welcome to our channel. Come into the room. Farm Girl Rebel, she say she pulled up a chair early. She been here for about the last 15 minutes. Then we got Coasty says, good evening, H-Town and family. And then we have Coasty saying, how to Farm Girl. Then Farm Girl, that's her photo, her and her husband. Look like a beautiful couple there, don't they? Out there with their farm animals. That's where I want to be one day. Now, have me something like that. Do something with some land. Now, Farm Girl Rebel says, evening, Coasty and H-Town. Then we got Renaissance Soul says, good evening, H-Town and everyone. So glad that you are here. So glad that you've returned. I see all our return visitors. And when y'all able to make it, I really do appreciate it. Farm Girl say hi to Ren. And then Coasty say, good evening, Ren. So family, we're going to get started. We appreciate you. We like to go and get into the information and what our topic is for tonight, but we want to take time to greet you. And for those that are new to the channel, we want you to understand that there's a 5-day wait period to be able to chat, but you can't sit back and enjoy, but you have to be subscribed for at least 5 days. And that's a very important thing that we've introduced to keep down trolling issues. And we got one of our regulars here that's here religiously. Brother Charleston Zimmerman says, evening, Farm Girl Rebel, Rima, Coasty. Guess what? Coasty, my new VA doctor served Coast Guard. He was on CG Eagle. What a coincidence. Come on now, Charleston. Did Coasty put in a good word for you? Did he give you the hookup? Come on now. Something going on here. These secrets are killing me. Family, glad that you are here. Family, if this information is informative if you're watching this live or recorded, please smash that like button and we'd appreciate it. Now we're about to get on topic. Did you see him being messy? Say, thanks, Coasty. You see what's going on here? You know I'm paranoid. Part of my condition. Now, so let's get on topic and we're going to get into this wonderful information. And the topic for tonight is, we're going to talk about secondary service connections, okay? We're going to go into it and see, you need to understand something for those that may not be clear to. When we're dealing with secondary VA disabilities or secondary service connections, however, they might be described to you, they all go back to your in-service injury or what in-service caused the injury, all right? And usually when you're dealing with direct service connection, that's what we're dealing with. This is going to be, and it can also happen for presumptive. So let's say you have a condition where you're injured in the military, or you develop some type of skin condition. That's your, whatever the condition is, that's the primary effect. So, you might have PTSD, right? You might develop PTSD from a car wreck. It could happen because of combat. It could happen because something had happened on a ship, or something happened on a Coast Guard boat while you on land dock duty. I forget to call it in the Navy. But here's the thing. That primary condition might cause other problems, such as sleep apnea, heart failure, chronic fatigue, irritable bowel syndrome. That one primary condition, and that's what we call the secondary effect. Okay? H-Town will come up with that. The primary effect of your in-service injury is called the primary effect, having PTSD, having a leg injury, and things like that. The secondary effect is what that primary injury causes. So you relate that secondary condition all the way back to the primary cause all the way back to in-service cause through the primary effect, a primary service connection. And you could have several secondary conditions that can, secondary conditions that can be related to one primary service connection, or direct service connection, as it's called. So let us continue here, family. We got the family in the house. Rose City D said, good evening, H-Town vet, and salute the chat. 35 degrees here in Virginia, looking like snow in the AM. Okay, everybody speaking. We want to thank y'all for everything that you've done. Our brother Josie for his $50 donation. Our sister Alaskan Ice for her $20 donation. Oh, y'all think people don't be watching and supporting? They support even when they ain't able to be here. She's out and about right now, handling business, but she still loves us. Now, Betty Bob say, H-Town, good evening. Hope you had a great weekend. Good family. Hope all are well, shipmates. Oh, y'all got me feeling good. Salute to Crimson Alumni 4. And hey, y'all. Hope everyone is doing well. Doing a lot better with you here. So family, y'all doing good. So now Betty Bob say we have 7 likes and 10 watching. We appreciate that, fam. Now, Farm Girl Rebels, everybody's speaking, and we're gonna get to it here. Now, so the question for tonight, dealing with the topic, is what are the top 10 secondary VA disabilities? Well, this is H-Town's list. There's others, but these are the ones I chose to focus on tonight. Now, let's first we have to define what a primary service connection is. That's another name for it, is direct service connection. And what a secondary service connection is. So let's start off with the primary service connection, a link between a veteran's medically diagnosed illness and their military service. And it's similar to presumptive. Presumptive is if the injury happened while you was in the military, they presume that it's connected if you have the diagnosis for it. So primary service connection, it happened, you have evidence that it happened, and either that through direct evidence in the military or medical records or a doctor's diagnosis. So that's a primary, it's a direct connection to your military service. Secondary service connection. What is secondary service connection? A link between a veteran's medically diagnosed illness and their military service. I messed that up. Now it's Oh, scratch that. I thought I had fixed that. Secondary meaning that, so scratch that definition. I didn't get to change it. I do apologize. So secondary service connection is whatever your condition is that's directly service connected, or your primary service connection, it causes you to have other disabilities or conditions, okay? And those conditions are called secondary to the primary service connected disability. Do apologize. I'm glad I explained that earlier. I didn't know. So what happens is it's a domino effect. Whatever that primary condition is, what happened? It has a domino effect, and other part you may develop other injuries. Our brothers here, we so happy he's here. Been a long time, big dog and in the house. I think you came Philippines. Say hello, H-Town. Welcome. Are you still in the Philippines right now? Let us know, brother. Now, Crimson say, y'all, I really need to get on top of these claims. We're going to make sure we help you with that. I don't know what it is, but it almost feels stressful to go tell someone that I'm looking for compensation because things is wrong with me. We're going to definitely get into that. Everybody show love to Big Dog. That brother been around since some of my earliest. It's like all y'all came at the same time. Everybody speaking to him. Let us continue. We're going to talk about that in the after party, Crimson alumni. So understand, you may be getting a certain amount of money. Let's say you have a 0% for tinnitus, but you have that's your primary service connection. Well, that secondary service connection or several could be connected to your tinnitus, and you could actually get paid for the secondary condition, and you're not getting paid for the primary. Come on now. He say San Diego until December the 28th. Did you go in there to check in with the your medical, or you got to come back every 6 months to keep your paperwork? Some people come back from the Philippines every 6 months. Not trying to get too deep into your business, brother. Now, let us continue. Secondary service connections, meaning, now think about it like this. You already service connected. You hear me? So you ain't got to go back through no medical records when you're dealing with secondary service connection. You ain't got to go back through your military records. All you got to do is connect the secondary service connected disability to the primary service connected disability that you're already service connected for. That secondary condition, once you connect it, that's when the papers start falling. You understand? Check up and visit family. Okay. Glad you through, brother. Glad you through. One day you're going to have to come through Texas. We got to holler at each other. Yes, indeed. If you ever have a layover flight here, let me know. You're probably going the other way, though. And remember, that domino effect, one service-connected disability could lead to two different secondary conditions that you can get compensated for, or you may get a 0 rating. Let us continue. Or it could be several. So let us continue, family. Now we're going to talk about the top 10 VA disabilities. Secondary VA disability, that is. The top 10, okay? So that these secondary conditions are going to have several primary conditions that you can get rated for this secondary condition. Hopefully I wasn't confusing. Let's get into it. Number 1 is asthma. So now dealing with asthma, that this is a condition that this would be a secondary service connection related to primary conditions. Let's talk about it. We have 10 likes and 9 watching. Thank y'all, fam. Now, let us continue. So asthma is a condition, most of the time, I'm assuming it's going to take place once you get in the military, meaning causation. It was caused by your military service, because they very rarely, if they catch it, let anybody in that has asthma. Now, let me know if that's the case. From my experience, what I've known, people that try to get in with asthma, they can't. I don't know if there's certain exceptions, or does it depend on how severe the asthma is? So it can't be aggravation in most cases. Okay, let's talk about it. Asthma is a serious condition that can be life-threatening. It can be very uncomfortable, irritating, and it can cause problems. And you have to take medication, sometimes a steroid, or have an asthma pump. You hear me, family? And this is a serious condition. Anybody have an issue with asthma? Now let's see what our brother said. Question: how many secondary equals a disability? Well, it works like this here. One. So if you got one secondary disability, is one. So let's say your primary disability that you're service connected for, like in your case, is tinnitus, from what you told us before. Well, tinnitus might cause depression. You 10% for tinnitus, but you might have a 70% rating for depression related to the what? Tinnitus. We're going to talk about that now. So there's no limit. Now, so here we are. The first one we're going to talk about is asthma. So asthma can be secondary to these 10 conditions. If you had GERD, that the second, well, let's start out with nasal polyps. All right, these are all the primary conditions that can cause asthma. Nasal polyps, vocal cord dysfunction. Now check this out. COPD overlap, meaning yes, you have asthma, yes, you have COPD, but it causes you to have asthma and need an asthma pump. Okay, bronchitis, I think that's what that is. Diabetes, GERD, obstructive sleep disorder, allergies, depression, and anxiety. All 10 of these could cause asthma. Okay, ain't that amazing? Even psychological conditions. I hope I answered your question. Let me know. If not, we'll go into more detail. Number 2 is GERD, it's a gastrointestinal reflux disease. I don't know how to say that, but it's like acid reflux. Okay, let's talk about it. So GERD is the second secondary service connection you could have to several conditions. And now listen, so a lot of times it depends on what you eat. Are there certain foods that you have problems with acid reflux if you eat them? Let us know, family. Are there certain things that gives you heartburn, acid reflux, GERD, which is acid reflux? Let us know. And let us know, Brother Charleston, did we answer the question? With H-Town, it used to be bacon. Back about 15 years ago, I had a problem with acid reflux. This is going to be the weirdest thing. I'm going to tell you the truth. Well, I always try to tell you the truth here. I don't lie about nothing. I may misspeak, but I try to correct it when I do that. Bacon. So the grease from the bacon was giving me acid reflux. My doctor told me to use canola oil instead of I said, what that got to do with the bacon? I started using canola oil instead of vegetable oil, and I never had acid reflux again. Maybe a little bit about 6 months ago, been about 10, 15 years, but it wasn't really much of nothing. What gives you acid reflux? What foods? So I think so, H-Town. I'll let you know at the end. Yeah, but we can talk about it now. Let's see. He say, question how, because this is on topic. How many secondary equals a disability? 1. Okay. So if you are service connected for tinnitus and that tinnitus causes you to be depressed. That's a disability. It's just secondary to the other disability. Don't mean that it's inferior. It means that it is the cause of it is not your military service. The secondary condition is caused by your primary service connection or your primary disability. It's just the way it's connected that makes a difference. But you can get up, I don't know if you can get 100% for a secondary condition. That's something I have to look into. I don't think so, but I'm not for sure. All right, we'll get into that. Now, he said, what about ladies? When you get pregnant, have y'all ever had issues or during a pregnancy with acid reflux? I'm not a woman, I don't know, but this is something that they say that could be a possibility. Because I'm sure the baby say, look, now I don't like that. Has there been an issue of her or anybody in your family having? So when it comes to GERD, right, there are 6 conditions that GERD can be secondary to. And there are more, but these are the main ones. PTSD could cause GERD. Anxiety can cause GERD. Depression can cause GERD. Medication side effects can cause GERD. Asthma can cause GERD. Now you see how it can be secondary or these can be primary. All this, it can be linked. All right. Pay attention. Then weight gain link. You gain weight. See, so what am I saying? That if you gain weight because of one of the other issues like medication side effect cause you to gain weight, that could be the link to the GERD because you're taking the medicine to deal with a condition and it causes weight gain that cause you to have GERD. Come on now. Let me see. And there might be more off of secondary correct. Yes. So if you have a secondary condition, so let's say we just said it now. Let's say we just talked about asthma being secondary to anxiety. So let's say asthma caused you, the anxiety caused you to have asthma, and the asthma causes you to have GERD. So yes, it could be a domino effect. That's what we mean by domino effect. I hope I'm clear with that. Now listen, farm girl say, no, I couldn't and did eat everything. Oh, he said I could and I did eat everything. Oh, when she was pregnant. Now Charlton say, I thought all added up, so it's separate, but each is a condition. Yeah, so you can add them up. You can add up the percentages, but they are their own separate, independent condition. They just are linked to another condition, which is a primary condition. Secondary conditions are linked to the primary condition, but they have their own diagnosis and percentages as a secondary standalone condition. Only reason it meaning standalone percentage, but it is linked to your primary condition. Now, but you can apply for multiple secondaries to one disability. Correct. That's the point I'm making. He just explained it right there. One condition could have multiple secondaries. Okay. I'm just doing it. I'm showing you the secondary condition that GERD and all the other things that can be can be caused by that GERD, that can be caused by that can cause GERD in your life. That acid reflux. It can be caused by PTSD, anxiety, depression, asthma, medication side effect, weight gain as an intermediate step, because there's no real service connection for weight gain. Any questions, please go ahead and say them. We wonderful. We welcome them. especially when they're on topic. Now, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. This is another one that can be secondary to several conditions. Irritable bowel syndrome is serious. Now, even though it's a secondary condition, thinking about it, it can make it hard for you to work. All right. It may give you more of a severe problem working, functioning in daily life than your primary service connection. Did you hear me? That's why you need to get ready for them secondary conditions. It may make you where you can't even get up out the bed. It may be pain. Anybody want to say anything about their experiences with it? What type of limitations? Let us know. Now, when it comes to irritable bowel syndrome, it could be caused by PTSD, depression, anxiety, medication side effects, and weight gain linked to weight. Meaning you have some medications and that medication causes you to gain weight, and that could lead to irritable bowel syndrome. You can have anxiety and or depression. The depression causes you to gain weight and can lead to irritable bowel syndrome. You understand? Because you're not moving around, you're just eating or whatever. Now, listen, y'all really being active. We have Bionic Woman in here. That's the name. They kind of changed the names what Google or YouTube did, but even though it say church lady, this is Bionic Woman. She says, "Good evening, Mr. H-Town vet and veteran family. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Hope all is well." She was one of my first people to donate, and she donated a few times. Thank you, church lady. Coasty says, "Hi, Bionic Woman." And I thank all of you for contributing. We appreciate it. So family, we're breaking it down. Remember, the irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, is secondary to these conditions. So if you have any of these conditions, PTSD, depression, anxiety, medication side effects that cause your stomach to get in a knot, or weight gain, you need to file for secondary conditions. Now we got our brother in here. Look at the family. So Bionic Woman speaking to everybody. Then we got our brother Joseph Price says, "What's up, H-Town vet and the family?" It's all good, man. It's all good. Like the undercover policeman said, it's all good. Number 4, erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction, everybody speaking. Erectile dysfunction is another condition, secondary condition, that's caused by a lot of things. A lot of things, fam. So let's get into it. This number 4, erectile dysfunction. And you want to understand these things. Whenever you have issues with it, you got to talk to your doctor and let them know it's causing problem in your relationship, and it causes you depressed, you feel inadequate or whatever. You need to tell them all that. No shame in the game. If that soldier ain't saluting, you need to tell them about it. Now, look how many conditions that can cause ED. Now, men, you ain't got to say whether you got it or not. What I'm asking you, do anybody in here have any of these conditions? Any men? We're dealing with men right now. If you've ever had any, I have PTSD, but anxiety, depression. I have depression. I have depression and PTSD. Anxiety, depression, PTSD, medication side effects those can cause ED, erectile dysfunction. Heart disease can cause it. The medication you take for heart disease can cause it. High cholesterol, hypertension. Now, I don't know how to say this. atherosclerosis. Spinal cord injuries can cause erectile dysfunction. prostate cancer, especially once they remove the prostate, multiple sclerosis. So think about this. If you have a temporary 100% and you had it for prostate cancer and they remove your prostate, they'll pay you for the residuals. And one of the payments should be for erectile dysfunction if you didn't have a problem with it before you had your prostate removed. And that's a service-connected condition. Now, multiple sclerosis can cause erectile dysfunction. Parkinson's disease, weight gain link, and diabetes. Are you noticing weight gain link continuously? So even though it is not a direct cause, but if you take a medication that causes you to gain weight, and that medication is for a service-connected disability, all right, let's say I take medicine for PTSD, and it causes me to gain weight, and that leads to erectile dysfunction. Or I just take the medication, and the medication leads me to have erectile dysfunction. And that's like 100. What's the amount for ED right now? Is it like $130? I know we got raises. It's like 10% or something. What is it? Anybody know the amount? Anxiety, VA diagnosed in 99. Yes. So if it ever becomes an issue, you need to file a claim for it. That's going to be like an extra $100 and some on your check. In addition, because erectile dysfunction work different, even though it will be secondary, you're going to get a separate amount for it. Even if you're 100%, you get a separate amount for ED. It's a type of special monthly compensation. Did you hear me? So that little 10% rating or zero, whatever, it don't matter. You're going to get an extra. So you get 100% rating, you have erectile dysfunction, you're going to get an extra $100 and some on that. And don't worry, ladies, we have not left you out. Don't worry, we cover. See here, family, we don't just cover male veterans. We here for the female veterans too. We don't just cover combat veterans. We here for the non-combat veterans too. We don't just cover veterans that was in active duty. We deal with those that were in reserves and National Guard. Everybody here, we don't care about your MOS. We don't care your branch of service. You family to us. See, I set the tone like that. You know why? Whoever don't like it, they can leave. So here we go. Now, tell me if I lied. Anybody know, tell me if I lied, that it's in addition to your VA rating that you get this extra $139.87, according to our brother, Big Dog, say for ED. That's a substantial amount. Now, we have Dogface Soldier in the house. Dogface Soldier say, what's going on, veteran family? Much love. And my love to you, my boy H-Town. You know what's up. Everybody show love. Okay, see, that's why we need you around. I know you be over in the Philippines, man, but you got to, when you can get here, look at brother say it says SMCK. Big Dog breaking it down. I can't do this by myself, Big Dog. I got 12 things I'm trying to worry about. You know I get confused without my medicine. I'm taking it, but I need to take it. I can't take it till I don't want to go to sleep right now. Because all that stuff, it's like tranquilizer to me. God, dog. So we have Coasty, everybody speaking. To Dogface Soldier, MG Smith in the house. Say Charleston and Coasty, good evening. Look at all the love in the house. Yes, indeed. I do VA claims. See, I remember that. You real sharp, and we need that type of knowledge. Whenever you can make it in, Big Dog. Big Dog, it's been since I was in my front room. When I say front room, not front room, my what they call it, family room. Big Dog been around a while. Number 5. So now we're going from erectile dysfunction. With women, they call it female sexual arousal disorder. So ladies, please pay attention. Fellas, if you have your wife is a veteran, pay attention, okay? Let's talk about it. Now, I wonder, do they pay the same amount? I don't know what the ratings are for female arousal disorder, sexual arousal disorder. I went over it. I probably forgot. So let's talk about it. So this is why it's important for the lady to have time where they can talk. And I give a little leeway to that. I just want to make sure there wasn't no dudes pretending to be women, because you remember we had that. That's one of my biggest concerns was, but ladies, if y'all need to talk to each other, I got no problem. Get women, shoot me an email though. Let's not talk about it here. And if y'all need to communicate with each other, y'all can do that behind the scenes, because I have a lot of respect, because there's certain things that you may need to talk about that we as men don't need to hear, and that's respecting your privacy and space, as female veterans. And we thank you for your service. Salute. Oh, H-Town cut. You said I thank you, so I slid that in there. Everybody's showing love. So we here, everybody's important here. Now, family, let's see. So let me ask you this here. Who deals with that that female sexual arousal disorder? I'm sure your gynecologist, you can talk to them about it. Let them know what's going on. They can prescribe medication to help you with that. Just like, guys, if you have a problem with ED, okay, erectile dysfunction. Now let's see what they say here. Say, H-Town, only YT veterans breaking it down. Now what? Oh, only YouTube veteran breaking it down. You know why? See, listen. See, this is important, fam. When I tell you something, I mean what I say. If I tell you I don't have, I don't discriminate against male or female veterans. If you LGBT, if there's some programs and you ask me about them, I'm gonna look it up. Okay? We family here. If you are there are certain things with white veterans dealing with, I don't know if you can get nothing for sunburn. Can you get anything for, if you got sunburn, this is something we need to look up. And this tends to affect Caucasian veterans or Hispanic veterans that light skin, mostly not Black veterans or darker complected veterans. Can you get service connected if you got sunburn while you were out on activity and duties? I want to know. That's a skin condition that if you didn't have the proper thing, the sunblock or whatever. Farm Girl saying love, love, love. And everybody here, good evening. So talk to your proper doctors, lady, the gynecologist, and even your mental health doctor about these things. And they can prescribe the medicine. Because I know with the ED medicine, they say this, what you call it? I asked my doctor, I said, hey, if you have problems with this, they say they can prescribe it. He said, you want something now? I said, I'm cool right now. But I've been nosy. Well, you got to be careful what question you ask. But if I need it, I'm back at you. Now, Charles say, my doctor checked me out for skin cancer first time. Yes, and if those of you that are active duty young people, we love you here. If you got sunburn, that can cause skin cancer. And if you got sunburn while you in the military at these hot duty stations, you need to make sure that's documented. That's not minor, that's major. Because skin cancer is a very serious problem. Thank you for letting us know, Brother Charleston. Sunburn can cause skin cancer. Thank y'all for, I forgot about that. And I'm glad. See, I brought up sunburn, but I forgot that it's caused skin cancer. That's kind of, irresponsible of me. I apologize. Thank y'all for backing me up though. Now, here are some of the conditions that can cause female sexual arousal disorder. And male or female, if you having these conditions and you have a spouse or somebody that's your intimate partner, you need to let them know what's going on. Don't be embarrassed to tell them what's happening and get them to write you a letter. Did you hear what I said? Get them to write you a letter of support saying that, hey, when we argue about sex, when I want it, they don't want it. When they want it, I don't want it. Let them know what kind of controversy it's causing. If it's causing jealousy issue, tell them to write it all on that supported claim form. Did you hear what I H-Town just told you? Ain't nobody talking about this here. Now, what conditions can cause female sexual arousal disorder? PTSD, anxiety disorder, heart disease, neurological conditions, gynecological conditions. That's why you need to talk to your gynecologist to make sure. Ask them, hey, could this cause me to have female sexual arousal disorder? Mess up my sex life or cause problems with my desire? Ask your doctors, because we don't get to ask these questions. Medication side effects, just like with ED, medication side effects and depression. You see how many mental disorders can cause sexual disorders? Huh? Let's talk about it. You tell it how it is, H-Town. Yes, well, that's our whole goal. We can't sit here. Look, people sitting here copying me. I ain't talking about the ones I talk about with the hat back. No, I respect a lot of what he do. People just copy me, but they giving credit to everybody else. They literally, when I talk about a topic, they going over it, and then they thank the moon, they thank the stars, they think the chicken that's crowing outside. And yeah, I pay attention to that. Not cool. Show respect. And my doctor never checked for skin cancer. If you need to get that done, Coasty, you out there on that sea, on these boats, and I know y'all wear short sleeves sometime. I know that sun hit your neck sometime. You need to document and log what you can remember. Isn't this amazing that we're talking about this? I don't know what made me think about it. We're gonna have to do a live stream on that. Now listen, so we got Bionic Woman says, especially locations in the Middle East, Africa, you are subject to sunburn and insect bites. Forgot about that. Come on. You know, we're gonna have to do a live stream about the environmental conditions that affect us, like extreme heat, extreme cold, because with Black men, because of the darkness of our skin, they had to watch us to make sure that we didn't get frostbite. Huh? And with these insects, we're all a problem. And malaria, that's why they gave us bottled water. First time I drank bottled water was actually in Saudi Arabia. I say, bottled water, this is interesting. Dogface Soul say, H-Town, let me go live real quick, brother, if you have time. Okay, we're gonna let us finish this up. I do. I ain't gonna be, let's get this up part out the way. We're gonna get you live. And because the people watching recorded, I want to make sure we go over the topic. Say copycats. Yeah, straight up copycats. Definitely so, brother. We're gonna get to it. We on number what? We got 10. We on number 6. Depression. So what direct service connection, primary service connection can cause depression? Yeah, we got you. We almost done. And depression is a serious thing. Depression is really overwhelming. It can truly affect your life. It can truly bring your life to a standstill. Now, PTSD can too, but depression can take all the energy out of you and make you feel hopeless. And sometimes people feel like harming themselves. So this is a serious condition, and there are different medications, olanzapine, and different ones. Now, see, y'all talking, people are watching this, family. So we got Charleston says, with new action coming in the Caribbean, sunburn is important for new active duty. And remember, Coasty, all of y'all Coast Guard members that go along that coastline, you need to share this with your brothers and sisters in the Coast Guard. Because there's some hot places, Florida, Texas, and even, let me tell y'all something, even in Colorado, I remember a guy, he was a tanker, he got sunburned. Thank you for that information. We getting through this, family, because we want to see Dogface Soldier up here. Now, dealing with it, what are the things that can cause depression? Tinnitus and migraines. Anybody in here got tinnitus? If you got tinnitus, put a T in the chat, or tinnitus. If you got migraines, put migraines. If you are service connected, or either one of these. I got tinnitus, but I'm not service connected for it. It comes and goes. Who in here put SC? Okay, tinnitus. Okay, tinnitus. Anybody got tinnitus and service connected for it? Then we got Charleston, tinnitus. That can cause depression. MG Smith, tinnitus. Real Mom, tinnitus. Wow. Farm Girl, tinnitus. And migraine headaches. When you make these connections, if you're not already service connected for depression, if you're already service connected for one mental health condition, you can't get service connected for more than one. But that's called pyramiding, unless you have anorexica or you have what's that other one? Bulimia. You can get what they call it? Traumatic brain injury. Now, coaches say tinnitus. Look how many people got tinnitus up in there. Charleston say tinnitus, service connected and service connected. Okay, now listen. Understand that tinnitus can help you get a mental health rating. You need to start keeping a log, my brother. I know you 10%, keeping a log of it, and you need to share this with your mental health doctor. If you don't have a mental health doctor, you need to get one. And if this causes sadness and symptoms, you need to get on some medication for your depression. You hear me? Let's talk about it. Now, Rue Mom said tinnitus 0%. And it don't matter if it's 0%. If you get depressed, you can get a 10% rating for depression, 30% rating for depression, because it's a mental health condition. You can get a 50% rating for depression. You can get a 70% rating for depression, or 100%. Now, as a secondary condition, I have not confirmed whether you can get 100% for secondary conditions, but you can get at least up to 70%, even though you're 0% for the tinnitus. Do you see how powerful secondary conditions are? Huh? And tinnitus is the ringing in the ear, and migraines are a type of severe headaches. If I'm incorrect about that, let me know about the migraines. And you get the highest you can get for migraines is 50%, I believe it is, and tinnitus it is 10%. See, family, we talking about this. Number 7, migraine headaches. It can be a secondary condition to several conditions. Let's talk about it. Migraines, if they're prostrating, meaning you have to lay out because you can't move and function, that's serious. That can get you up to 50% if you have them on a constant basis. Look, we have Ben Olive in here. Do y'all see what we're doing? We're building a quality group here. This gonna be strong. This will not die with H-Town. This will keep going on because y'all gonna make it happen. Now, Charleston says, evening, Van Olive. Van Olive is in the house. And Van Olive say hello to everybody. Now, let's talk about it. If you've ever had prostrating migraine headaches, put a bed in the chat. Put something in the chat that's emoji so headache, or put a head in the chat or whatever, or a bed in the chat, or just say yes. Oh boy, look at this, family. Look at how many conditions can cause migraine headaches. And when we're going through this, all of you that said you had tinnitus, you listening to me? If you have had tinnitus, You better check all it and let us know if you've had headaches since you've gotten your tinnitus. If you have, and you're not service connected, that migraine headaches or headaches in general can be service connected as a secondary condition, those migraine headaches. And Betty Bob said, yes, she has been prostrating severe migraines. Hopefully you have 50%. Anything that we can do, we're going to get it done. We're just about done because we want to bring our brother Dogface Soldier up and answer any questions that y'all might have too. So what can cause migraines? What service-connected disability, if you're service-connected for it, can cause migraines as a secondary condition? Tinnitus, cervical strain. If you have any of these, put them down. GERD, if you're service connected for any of these conditions. IBS, if you're service connected for any of them. PTSD, I'm service connected for PTSD. But I don't, thank God I don't have no migraine headaches. Thank God I don't have them. Now I'm wondering if I ever developed them, because I haven't had them this long, could I claim migraine headaches if they start happening later? I don't know, but I never had I've had headaches, but not like from what y'all described. No, mine is PTSD. I have PTSD. I'm service connected for that. Insomnia, depression, anxiety, TBI, traumatic brain injury, asthma, medication side effects, Meniere's disease, fibromyalgia, heart disease. All these could cause migraine headaches. Do you see how many it is? This is over 14 conditions. 14 primary service connections that can cause migraine headaches. Family, I'm trying to put that, I'm giving you what you need, huh? I'm bringing the plate to the table. All you got to do is eat. And I ain't have to do no gimmicks. I ain't have to take you to no secret rooms. You didn't have to book a session, huh? Did you have to book a session? I'm putting it all out in the open, huh? I'm telling all of it. As my grandmother would say, boy, you can't hold ice water. Now listen, big dog say, how many of us, we ain't got to say if they want to, but it's quite a few, quite a few. I'd be more concerned about who is trying to get it right now. Quite a few. Now, some might tell you, here we go. Rimma says, PTSD, TMJ caused my headaches. Let's see what the TMJ. What's TMJ? Y'all know I'm not good with acronyms. Family. A lot of people need it though. A lot of people 10%, big dog. A lot of people 70%. That's why we need your expertise to come in and help out. Charleston says, VA medications, migraines, especially for anxiety. Look, you all up in there, brother. Did you hear me? Come on now. So Brother Charleston has tinnitus. Tinnitus can cause one condition. It can cause depression and it can cause migraines. Come on, fam. He can get rated for both of them if you can prove that service connection. That's why if you get somebody to help you, let's say you get one of these claims agents to help you, or somebody that's a VSO, you ask them, are you familiar with dealing with secondary claims? And get quiet. Let them talk. They say, oh, don't worry about no secondary claims. Go, just listen to them, okay, and walk out the door and get somebody else to help you. You understand? Don't argue with nobody. If they don't know, they just need to say they don't know. They don't need to be sitting there talking about what you don't need to do. Cervical service connection cause migraine. Wow. Now, I do want to know this. Who in here have any secondary conditions? Put a 2 in the chat if you have secondary conditions. If you have any service connection disabilities or secondary, put a 2 in the chat. I don't. Any secondary service connection. So we went over with migraines. Let's get to the next one, fam. Number 8. We got 8, 9, and 10 to do. So Coastie has secondary conditions. Okay. Now we got number 8, somatic symptom disorder. This disorder, I want y'all to understand, it deals with not people that has this disorder. They feel like they have pain that may not be there. That can be medically proven, or they may have other conditions. That don't mean that they are exaggerating. They psychologically believe that this is a problem. They may think they can't walk, but they can. During World War II, the bombers, the guys that were going over and bombing cities, they said they couldn't fly because their hands were totally paralyzed. Meaning the only part of them was paralyzed was their hand, because they didn't want to press the thing to release the bombs. Guess what? Your hand don't get paralyzed. The nerves are separate. So if you get paralyzed, it'll be part of your hand, not the whole hand. But psychologically, they couldn't do nothing because of their fear of harming civilians and their guilt from harming civilians. Am I making sense? M.G. Smith said he has secondary service-connected disability. So does Vin Olive. Tell us, big boy, is it hard getting secondary service connection? Let us know. And anybody else that got any advice on that? Betty Bob say 16 likes and 17 watching. Thank y'all for being here, family. We're bringing the energy. We're here for each other. We're not trying to step over each other to get benefits. We're here to help each other get benefits. You understand what I'm saying? Now, listen what Farm Girl Rep say. Crush that like button like it's an ugly bug. You talk about chance in a little bit. I love her saying, I go back and read them. Crush that like button like it's an ugly bug. Oh, boy. Now, our sister says here, Sister Bonnie Corman says, tinnitus also can cause teeth grinding. There are many more. That's why it's limitless. Almost, I ain't gonna say limitless, but sometimes it feels like that. Tinnitus can also cause teeth grinding, which will affect your jaw function. That makes it harder to keep your mouth open. And remember, with teeth disease, and that you can get service connected for that. Now listen, teeth problem. What's evidence? If you have a teeth guard, you have that you put in at night to keep you from grinding your teeth, that is evidence that that's an issue. Come on now, let's talk about it. Somatic symptom disorder. This can be dealing with anxiety. So you're fearful over pain, you're fearful over other conditions happening to you, and it causes you to feel, listen, this pain is killing me. Because sometimes it don't mean you're exaggerating nothing. This is psychologically what you believe. So this type of anxiety, you can make you feel like your pain is worse than it probably is. You'll be checking in the hospital all the time, thinking that something wrong with you, and they say we run tests, don't find nothing. It can give you body dysmorphia, where you think that you're way overweight, and you may not weigh but 95 pounds. Right? Let's talk about it. That's why being anorexic is a psychological disorder too. Now, listen, Farm Girl Rub say, key thing is to get treated and not stay silent. Yes. Don't, and I know sometimes going to the hospital is a very nerve-wracking thing. It can be sometimes. And sometimes the staff is not the best. But if you can't go by yourself, get a family member to go with you. Get somebody to be a witness so people won't run you away. Because sometimes if you're already upset or agitated or depressed, you don't need people. And many times you'll find people be kind to you. and supportive. I met some very good people. I remember a nurse, she's retired, who took me down to the basement and got all my medical records. That's when we used to print them out. Looked out for me. When a helicopter flew over my aunt's house, and I was going to chase the helicopter, and she just happened to call about an appointment. And I said, I don't have time for no appointment. I said, this helicopter, I got to see where it's going. I think it's going to my house. My God, that was a long time ago. I was in a bad place, okay? But why are military helicopters flying over my old neighborhood that I grew up in? Never saw nothing like that before. It was a trigger. I know that now, fam, but at the time, it made sense to me. So please don't judge me. It just, hey, we can laugh about it now, fam. Now, what are look again, Brother Charleston, somatic symptom disorder. It can be caused by tinnitus, family. Are y'all seeing tinnitus over and over? She said, yes, indeed. Yeah. I'm just keeping it real with you. Now, tinnitus cause you to feel pain, different things. Neck condition can make you feel like it's pain really bad, or any of the other conditions we described. Make you go in the hospital and say, my neck. They say nothing wrong with your neck. We did x-rays. I want medicine. I need medicine for this pain. Back conditions. These are some of the common ones. Okay? Thank y'all so much, family. Now listen, it's okay, Mr. H-Town. Thank you for sharing your experience. Yeah, I was out there and my sister was on the porch, me, my sister, and my uncle. And I saw that, and I ain't say nothing, but they saw how I looked at those helicopters. These were military helicopters that were over in Desert Storm with me. I'm telling you. Yeah, it wasn't the one with just one person sitting in it. I think it was I forget the name, Apache or something. That's the one kind of bigger. And they flew right over the neighborhood. I couldn't do nothing about it. But thank you, family, sister. I couldn't do nothing. I just had to deal with it. Now, number 9, sleep apnea. This is why they want to call Lieutenant Colonel Gade want to call sleep apnea a trash disability, because it can be service connected as a secondary condition to several things. Thank you, Bionic Woman. Sleep apnea. Anybody, you ain't got to say if you want to, but anybody in here, ever had somebody say you snoring too much, your significant other, or you was on a family place and y'all went somewhere and they say, we can hear you through the door? I've had that issue. Now listen, Charleston say, I got triggered PTSD Thursday, just 2 blocks away from my going to VA. When I got there, I vented to clinic nurse. You got it off your chest. Let me ask you a question, family. Tell me here. Have you ever had episode where you got triggered for your PTSD or any other mental health condition? Sometimes the holidays cause people to be depressed because they lost family members or traumatic things in the military happen. Now, here we go. Armando says, how about anger issues, since my white commander caused me a lot of anger issues since they tried to give me a general court martial, and I, at the time in the Coast Guard, was also ex-Army. Well, I sure hate that would happen to you. Apparently, you said they tried to. Hopefully, it didn't go through. If you didn't do nothing wrong, you fight. I hope you got your lawyer, and I understand. But that's something that you can file for. If you beat that court martial, you listen to me. Everybody show love to Amanda, because he does email on the I mean, he does chat on the channel, the YouTube channel. And it says, and I was a USMC, what is that? I don't know what that is. Because I can't see it, fam. USMCJ saver and requested an AS special court martial and ate their lunch. Oh, with the special court martial. And since then, they made me very angry. Well, you need to take that paperwork. And especially, I want you to listen here. I'll call you AM. AM, listen. You need to take that paperwork in there, what they charged you with, and tell them what type of stress it caused you. Did you have to go get any medication for sleep? Did you have trouble sleeping? All the things, go back and find that out. And if you're not service connected, make sure you get service connected. Everybody showing love. We glad you're here. Hey, been chatting away, so I appreciate them coming in. Family, we doing this thing. I'm so happy you here. And yeah, he right. I needed to read the whole thing. I forgot it was a second part to it. Thank you. Oh boy, they won't produce my court martial records. Anybody know what he or she can do to get their court martial records? That's crazy. Are they required to give them to you? Or if you're in service, they don't have to? I don't know. Now, maybe from your lawyer. Now, sleep apnea. Here are some of the things that can cause sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is secondary to these conditions: PTSD, sinusitis, rhinitis, asthma, weight gain link. You starting to see weight gain link and tinnitus a lot, right? That cause a lot of secondary conditions. GERD, deviated septum. Now, and we have an illustration to the other side. Some of the other side effects could be type 2 diabetes. It could be congestive heart failure, blood pressure, high blood pressure, arrhythmia problems. And we already said depression, anxiety, brain fog. What is brain fog? I've heard of that, but stroke, low blood pressure, oxygen level, obesity, weight gain, and impotence, meaning erectile dysfunction or female sexual arousal. Okay. Now, let us get to it. Number 10. Now, we're going to do this one here, and we're going to bring our brother up if he's still here. I'm going to send you the link in a minute, Brother Dogface Soldier. I don't know how to say this, but it's a foot condition, plantar fasciitis. And this is an injury to the foot. Now, understand with this condition, okay? I want you to follow me. Even though it's a secondary condition, you can get in the military with it sometime, and it can be aggravated. It can be aggravated. You hear what I'm saying? Meaning it may not have been caused by your military, but aggravated by your primary service connected disability. So it could be caused by your primary service connected disability, or it could aggravate it. And we're going to explain that to you. This is the top 10. Now let's see what our Crimson Alumni 4 says. And I'm going to get to your statements up there. We're going to talk about your thing in the after party. We ain't forgot you there. AM. Now, Crimson say, I need to see if I can claim sleep apnea secondary to PTSD. I have a diagnosis, but they denied primary service connection. You got to get the primary service connection for the secondary. However, you can file for primary and claim the other one secondary. If they approve the primary, they may approve the secondary conditions or not. You can apply for them both same time. Now, Remom is explaining what brain fog is to me. Brain fog makes it harder to focus or think when it happens. Okay, I didn't know. Now, plantar fasciitis, which was aggravated while in TE. Oh, yeah. So you can go in with it, but they won't pay you for the causation if you had it already. They're going to pay you for aggravation, service connection for that. Okay. Wow. While in the Coast Guard. Okay. Got 2 Coast Guard members here. And then that was a private thing, so I'm not going to read that. Whenever y'all put the ad, I'm going to keep it private on y'all. Shouldn't even pulled it up. I'm sorry. Now, jumping out of airplanes, what are some of the other things that will cause foot injuries? Let us know that would aggravate your foot injury or cause it to be a secondary condition. I forget what they call this when you propel out of planes. Helicopters, I mean. Air assault, I think, yeah. Now, here are the 4 things that we talked, there may be more, but 4 things that could cause you to have that ankle injury, that platypus, I forgot to say it. A foot condition, a back condition, a knee, hip, or joint condition, weight gain link. There go weight gain again. Oh, you got around. So I'm also ex-1st Cavalry while in the Army prior to Coast Guard. Okay. 1st Cav or 2nd Cav? Let's see. So family, did we go over it? Family, did we discuss it? So we talked about, and look at it on my train. You say I put all this together? Huh? H-Town want to bring y'all the best quality, and not just quality information, but visuals. I take time to do this here. So your in-service cause, whatever so in this example, let's say for me, it was particular battles, Medina Ridge and the battle of, I think it's 63 Easting or 73 Easting. It was a coordinates that they named the battle after. So in-service cause, but some people, it might be a Purple Heart. They may have been shot. They may have a roadside bomb. So those things could cause me a Purple Heart. So that's the in-service cause, right? And the Purple Heart is evidence of your injury. That is evidence. Your medals can be evidence. Because they literally told me, we have no proof that you were in combat. I had to send them. I said, do they even read your DD-214? It's right there on my DD-214. I sent it back and they shut up. That's crazy. Now, in-service cause, the primary effect in this case would be PTSD. The secondary effects would be sleep apnea, heart failure, chronic fatigue, irritable bowel syndrome. So this one condition can cause all these secondary disabilities. This primary. Family, did we break it down? Let me know. I hope it's not confusing. Now, I like when y'all talk about, see, y'all really give me information. Listen to what Charleston said. Wearing sneakers at PT cause foot injury, still service related. Yes. That's strange. I would think the boots would cause more injuries, but not having the proper sneakers on would cause problems too. Did they provide us sneakers or did we have to have our own? I forget. Did they give us tennis shoes or not? Now, AM says knee can be used while in boot camp and carry full pack and duffel bag and jump out of a 1/4-ton truck and 5-ton trucks. See, family, y'all better be listening to this information. AM be bringing some good information and asking good questions. Thank you. On the channel, he or she be bringing good information. Now, I'll just say that. Listen to what Charleston say. I always wore high tops on ships. My PLO warned me also always wore white socks. Now, is that a difference? What do white socks do? What's the problem with that? Why does the color of socks matter? Let us know, Brother Charleston. Betty Bob say, you have to have your own sneakers. Yeah, I think I had to buy my own. That's right. So I wanted would them Payless shoes work over in basic training? Crimson Alumni 04 says they provide U.S. shoes in boot camp training 2008, but we brought our own after. Well, yeah, I think that's what happened to me. Family, we all really doing this thing. I'm about to get brother, if you hear, let me know if you hear Dogface Soldier. I'm about to send you the link. I use boot camp during, let me catch this here. AM says I use jump boots during boot camp in 74 to go to Vietnam, and I am a man, bro. I'm sorry. You are too funny. I didn't know. I can't tell. I didn't know, you know. I'm sorry. Thank you. Dude, I'm sorry. White socks versus black socks. Oh, hold on. Watch out. Let me tell you what I did. I was mischievous. Can H-Town make a confession? So when we was putting the camo up, the first sergeant was instructing us, right? And he said, listen here, soldiers, this is what you use. You need to use these black ties and tie the camo up. And I raised my hand. I say, first sergeant. He said, yes, H-Town. I say, why the ties got to be black, first sergeant? Everybody bust out laughing. Oh, he was an old country white dude. But let me tell you something, because a lot of us from the South, I really have a connection most of the time with people from the South. You know, they wasn't all, you know, it ain't always just racial stuff. We had, you know, we Southerners, man, we cut up. Now listen what Charleston say. Colored socks cause skin irritation with sweat. Wow. I didn't know that because of the dye. Can those colored socks file discrimination against the veteran? That's what I want to know. Then I'll say migraines. We are good, bro. Okay. Hi, Amanda. Okay, now I call it AM. Here we go. Fam, so we're gonna keep doing this here, but I want y'all to look at that. That's the way it works. All right. And I'm gonna copy this link and we're gonna send it to Dogface Soldier. So thank y'all, family. We're gonna go back to some of the statements that I was making. I want to do this here. Did we tell you the top 10 service-connected disability? Was it clear? Let us know if we answered the question about what the top 10 secondary VA disabilities were. Let us know. They said, how are you doing, bro, Coasted? Yeah, they saying love, each other, showing love. Gee, I thought all military knew. No, I didn't know. I didn't know much of nothing. Did we answer the question, family? Yes or no? Let us know if we answered the question, family. All right, we'll put the banner up about the top 10 VA disabilities. Did we answer the question? Let us know, yes or no. I really appreciate y'all patience here, y'all kindness. Let me know you still in there, Dogface. Ooh, Lord, y'all been sending me some stuff. Ooh, boy. Somebody, Betty Boss been on her job. I tell you, she must be feeling better. Everybody, we got to, you know, how you been doing, Betty Boss, with your recovery from your surgery? Let us know. Let me see. I'm going to give me a second here, fam. All right, I sent you that link, Dogface Soldier. Let me know if you get it, if you're still in here, because he might sound like he was short for time, Let us know. So did we answer the question, fam, about the 10 top secondary VA disabilities? Let's see, bruh. Now here we go. Oh, boy, let's see. I got to catch up with, man, y'all been chatting away. Then he said, how are you doing? Brother Coasty from Brother Mando. Gee, I thought all military knew. I remember that. Then AM says, in 1974, we were issued olive drab colored wool socks. Yes, I was too. Those green, OD green kind of socks. Man, they wasn't comfortable. Then look, Big Dog say, great job, H-Town. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying your family. Better besides, yes, you did answer the question. Renaissance Soul say, yes, you did answer the question. Remar, we call it Remar. Coach say, yes, the question was answered. MG Smith, how you been doing, MG Smith? All right. Say, answer the question. Crimson Alumni 04 said, yes, answer the question. Charleston said, yes, H-Town, you nailed it. I put in the effort because I want to bring y'all quality. I ain't bringing nothing less than quality. Huh? Do you think Lieutenant Colonel Gage would have done a better job? Do you think that Dakota Meyer, that Medal of Honor winner, $100,000 now, they paying for a Medal of Honor, you think he would have done a better job? Yeah, I'm picking on y'all because y'all pick on us. You got our name in your mouth, so we don't play with you. I consider y'all to be traitors. I ain't gonna lie. Straight up traitors to the veterans. No, I don't know what kind of honor you got disrespecting us like that. Now, Betty Bob said, H-Town and Fall Girl Rebel, it's post-op day 32. I do feel better. Still going recouping. Okay. Make sure you keep your doctor aware of what's going on. Yes. Question answered. There's some Sister Bionic Woman. Family, boy, y'all got me feeling good up in here. And I think our brother Dollface Soldier may have left. But he, when he come through, because he be busy, I know he got stuff going on. That's why I said real quick. When you get a chance, brother, you watch this, we'll catch you on the next, or you can come in. I sent you the link if you want to come up. So we have Farm Girl Rebel say, I'm so happy to hear that, Betty. Come on now. Look, I try to use those heart emojis. So guys, y'all ain't got to use them. I know we ain't real comfortable with that. I'm sorry if it seemed like I was trying to pressure y'all to use them. I use those heart emojis because I'm thinking about getting on Twitter too with our channel. And so our TikTok. People, them young people using the hearts and stuff. I sent a whole bunch of hearts to my daughter. You know what my daughter said to me? She said, Dad, are you all right? I said, I'm all right. She said, why you send me all this heart? She said, I thought about to punch my ticket. Where my daughter learned that kind of language from? She thought about to clock out. Can you believe that? I said, no, baby. I send hearts if they send me hearts. But I was sending a whole bunch of hearts because I was just testing it out. Like y'all send hearts and ain't nobody saying y'all trying to punch your ticket. Why she pick on me? Now listen, we have AM says Charleston, a senator, will not file an inquiry because they told my senator only file state inquiries. And I had to file a congressional inquiry, which that lazy congressman in South Texas. All right, now that's crazy. Charleston laughing. Say, I'm laughing each time. I know you laugh. I'll laugh. What you laugh? What I say to make you laugh? I forgot what I said. MG Smith said, H-Town, I figured out how to get my MG Smith back. I'm good now. Now, when you figure it out, teach us how to get it back, our names back. Now, Betty say, thank you, Farm Girl Rebel, and they showing love to each other. Say, okay, now, here go to love, the love. Now, let's see what AM says. AM says, in South Texas, that goes by, I don't know, is that Vicente Gonzalez? Didn't do jack crap for me. Call them out if they don't do. That's what I want y'all to do. That cat needs to be taken out of the office because he doesn't do nothing but pick and choose his inquiries to address. Now, you're supposed to represent all your constituents. That's why we got to call these people out. We got to call these congressmen out. We got to come up with a way to do that. Especially ones calling themselves veterans up there. Now, I'd love to ask them, are you disabled veteran? Did you have this hard time getting your benefits? Don't lie, please. You're under oath. Now, AM says South Texas is where that congressman is located, and please say his name so people won't vote for him. You just put it out. I just said it. You tell me your experience. And if that's your experience, we put it out there. Fam. Now, family, let us continue. Anybody want to come up on camera, you welcome. Or you want to be, now if you want to come up and talk, you can do that too. But you have to show me your face. If you don't want to be on camera, but you want to talk, you got to show me your face to keep down trolling issues. Now, family, what we got to do is be on code as veterans. We cannot separate based on gender, based on race. We cannot separate based on the branch of the military we're in. We cannot separate based on our military declarations or commendations. No. Can't separate based on our MOS. I'm special forces. I'm this. I can't separate based on rank. No, we have to be united. Because when they divide us, that's when they can dissolve our benefits. Everybody will be out for themselves. That just means if you collaborate with Congress, the enemy, they just gonna get you last. They gonna get us, then they'll get you. So you ain't doing, you just being the Judas goat if you do that. Now, family, we want you to smash that like button. We want you to smash that like button. We've been an hour and 27 minutes. Share it with others. If we won your subscription, and we appreciate it. If not, we're gonna do everything we can to do so. Now, I ain't gonna put that. He say he need to have them raccoon eyes. I ain't gonna put that up there because I don't want them to come looking for you, bro. But I get you. I don't want them messing with using that against you. Now, VA law, we're not gonna do tonight. We did cover it last time. They passed the Medal of Honor Act, where they're gonna be giving Medal of Honor recipients $100,000 a year from $1,400. And they doing hero worship. They worshiping heroes. Now we got to fight for our disability, but they passed that act in less than what? In less than 11 months, 10, 11 months, they passed it. But they got to have committees when it comes to us getting our disability right, even though we provide evidence. And I'm not, Betty Bob said we have 18 likes and 19 watching. I have no problem with people, them taking care of Medal of Honor winners. Here's our recipients. My thing is, when they're sitting there talking down, some of them talk down to us, like Dakota Meyer, that greasy joker. We see why he was doing it. He was talking about us, talking about sacrifice should be rewarded over sacrifice over suffering. So yeah, he think his sacrifice more important than our suffering from our conditions, VA disabilities. He say you shouldn't reward pain, but he sure got his reward. Hypocrite. You got any problem, you can come up here and talk about it. They so brave. Why can't you come up and say what you need to say? Yeah, y'all so brave. They hero worship you all day. I know that's quite a few Medal of Honor winners. They do their thing, and I respect them. I expect the sacrifice, but you got to respect our sacrifice. Ain't nobody in the military did nothing by themselves. Special forces would run around hiding. I never saw them. They was disabling tanks sometimes, but I was right in front of the enemy. Wasn't no hiding. Wasn't no police to be there to arrest the enemy if they mistreated me, or vice versa. None between me and the enemy but air. Now, so all of us are important. Support groups, everybody that support us, all the people that trained when we was back in basic, stay side. Stop trying to separate us veterans. And all it needs for some is a little piece of money, and now you isolated by yourself. Dakota Mara, as they say down when you get locked up, your paperwork dirty on the yard. Huh? Lieutenant Colonel Gay, your paperwork is dirty on the yard. You talk greasy about veterans, talking about what we shouldn't get. You speaking on our benefits. And Lieutenant Colonel Gay don't even identify as a veteran or disabled veteran till it was time for him to get his disabled veteran small business loan with the government, federal contracts, right? No, we're not playing with you. So fam, that's what we got there. This is going to be the new pay scale. Family, what's the pay date for our next check? Because I want to see that pay increase. Now, we ain't getting, what we got, about $115? That Medal of Honor winner, they sure trying to propagandize war. So let's talk about it, fam. Y'all can chat about what y'all want to now. Now, the VA will not recognize my AO claim. Now, what's the AO claim? I'm not good with acronyms. Let me know. You're right, H-Town. These turncoats will be lonely real soon because money don't buy you respect. It's depending on especially how you get it. See, you know, people come on here and they start, you know why they be, Agent Orange. That's right, is AO. Okay, Agent Orange. I'm sorry. Apologize, brother. Handle your business. Let me see you say, my AO will claim, not recognize my AO claim. VA, well, you need to, who will you get the help with that? And here is the payment for VA compensation. And hold on, what did I be? Why is that shadow? Okay. Most of the people, believe it or not, the percentage that most people have is 100%. About 26% of all veterans are 100%. 20% of all disabled veterans are 100%. The second largest group is 10%, and most of those are for tinnitus. You see how H-Town breaking it down? Your pay gonna be $180.42. Nobody wants to help, not even that lame congressman. We need to find out, family. Help us. Anybody know how we can help our brother and help ourselves? Where we can put some heat on. I'm gonna start looking up, some information. Let us know something we can do, because we don't want to be fighting as an individual. We need to bring shame to these people. They do whatever they want. Where has Dougie been? Anybody heard Dougie talk on what's going on? What has he said about this $100,000 for Medal of Honor winners? I know when he was in front of Sean Ryan, he was just all a groupie, like, you know, oh, just look, yeah, and whatever he said, he just tolerated it. You know, Sean Ryan, the Special Forces, former Special Forces. He don't even identify as veteran. I don't hear Dakota Meyer on his page say veteran. unless he's talking something bad about us. I don't hear a whole bunch of them don't say the word veteran or put it on their labels. Now, family, let me see if we got anything. Any question, comments, concern? Fam, y'all been doing good. I'm going to peep at this news. See if I can find. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I got some information here on it, fair use. We might show a video. I don't know if there's a video in here. Let's share. Let's see. They showing nothing but ads. So I'm trying to get past this nothing but ads, fam. Let's see. Wow. They ain't showing nothing but ads. That's and they're talking about under new law, Medal of Honor recipients will receive, they say 7,500, but the law says actually almost $100,000 a year. Now let's see. AM says I went to a CMP and I gave that doctor all my supporting documents and history on Camp Page Korea, and she didn't do anything to escalate my Agent Orange claim. That doctor was from India and not a veteran. Now let's see. Charleston say, AM, I knew a Vietnam veteran tanker who had Agent Orange skin condition and nerve condition in the 90s, who died, and the VA denied his claim. Wow. Now they say, gotta get going, folks. Everyone have a good night. Big hugs, family. Love to you. Everybody say goodbye to Farm Girl Rebel. We're going to get ready to, let me see what they got here. So here, that's what they're talking about here. I don't like putting this, it's too many ads on here. We'll do the news another time, but we'll talk about it. I'm gonna tell you what I feel about some things. So about our channel, family, and then we'll get to the after party, anything you want to do. This channel is meant to be informative, interactive, respectful, transparent, protective, and troll-free. Now you say, how can you be troll-free? That's something that we strive toward. And you say, Farm Girl Rebel, good night. They saying good night to her. And say, 10-4, Farm Girl, and God bless all of you. I got the road too. Thank you for being in here. Come back and join us because we welcome you. We glad that a big dog is in there too. Now, people that have been listening for a long time, y'all actually coming up chat, and Big Dog hadn't chatted in a while. So worried about you, Big Dog. I'm glad you're okay. Now, our regular scheduled live streams are at 6 p.m. on Sundays and Thursdays. And sometimes we do impromptu live streams on Tuesdays. Unless there's a special emergency, we'll come in, as you saw last week, almost every night. But we try not to do that. Now, about how to contact us. If you want to contact us, and here's our email address. You got any suggestions? And that's our YouTube channel, where at H-Town Vet Northside. Now we have our Cash App right there. Now, if y'all don't know this, because people was asking about the Cash App, it's right behind me too. Can you see that behind me? Can you see this Cash App behind me? Tell me if you can see that Cash App. That's the Cash App right there. and we had 2 people donate. I didn't get to put it on the screen here, but we had Josie gave us a $50 donation, and Alaska Nights gave us a $20 donation. So thank both of you. I'm thanking you again for those donations. And we thank all of you for the contributions you've made and the contributions through information, knowledge, and interaction that you give us. All of that is valuable here. Now, new releases coming soon is not coming soon. New releases, we have the one where we talked about how the Medal of Honor winners going to be getting $100,000 a year. This came out of nowhere. They approved this without no fuss. Democrats, Republicans, veterans, non-veterans approved that because it's a small group, and they use them for political propaganda, some of them, and they kind of hero worship with them and make them super soldier. I call it the super soldier syndrome, where veterans, we just gonna be getting $48,000 if you got 100% veteran only. So I'm saying, why people talking about we shouldn't get ours when they getting their money jacked up? Dakota Meyer. Hero worship. We've been covering this topic. That we can't be hero worshiping. We have to support all veterans, but acknowledge people that make sacrifices, yes. But we can't start worshiping them because they're human beings, and some of them may be all right. Some of them have flawed morals or speak against us. Oh, we did again. This is some of the statements from Dakota Meyer. Stop paying people. This before we found out that they was giving them $100,000. That's why he carrying the water for Massa. You understand? We did this. We knew something. We said some backroom deal, because why would he come out the blue and say, stop paying people to be broken? I mean, we shouldn't get VA compensation. System rewards pain, but he got his reward. He ain't said nothing, but he ain't gonna be happy because what veteran gonna want to deal with it? Huh? What veteran want to deal with it? This put the nail in this was the ending of it. Look, this is why I have no respect for him. He say we should stop confusing sacrifice with suffering. So if somebody loses a limb, somebody loses their sight, somebody develops PTSD, depression, anxiety, their suffering don't matter. With the suicide rate among veterans being so high once they out, we went over that. Is he tone deaf or what? Who is this? Who is this clown? Whose doing is this? Yeah, they just perverting the meaning of stuff. Somebody was a Medal of Honor winner. They used to mean something, hey, but they carried themselves a certain way. They didn't just dump trash on the rest of us. Sit up from top. Look at me. Now, AM say 10-4 from okay. You I said everybody saying good night to Farm Girl. Yes, indeed. Ain't nobody hear that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Yeah, we don't forget that. You're gonna stop trying to make veterans feel bad. People try to talk. Let me tell you, there was some infantry veterans. I'm a combat veteran. Oh, you're not a real combat veteran because you was in a tank. Idiot, what are you talking about? Who gave y'all this here that you want to rank veterans? Shut up. Okay, go out there and walk around in the middle of a desert with enemy tanks from the Republican Guard. Let's see how good you do. Go do it yourself then. That people just talk nonsense. That's like me saying, hey, being on a ship, that ain't really nothing. That ain't hard to do. I ain't never been on one. I ain't never served on one. I can't speak on that. And even if I did, I ain't got a right to put down other people that have. Speak for yourself. And speak on your business, not mine. And I'll do the same. H-Town. Seems these heroes found out how to work the system got their bonus reward, got their butter biscuit, got their dog biscuit. And you know when they gave it to them, they threw it on the ground and told them to pick it up. Now, you think they gonna speak up for veterans? Do you think somebody speaking like this that got $100,000 reward? Man, I'm thinking about doing another live stream where I put that 100,000 that they get with this same thumbnail. Working the system. You show right there. You say, H-Time, why you saying something? Because you spoke on our business. And I'm making an example out of you. They thought because these people were Medal of Honor winners, this is supposed to make it what we scared to talk. Well, I'm Special Forces. You can't say nothing to me. I'm a combat veteran. You can't say nothing to me. I was in Vietnam. You can't say nothing to me. I was in Desert Storm. I was stationed overseas. You were stationed stateside. I mean, when does this become ridiculous talk? Who got the biggest and the baddest gun? Excuse me? Sit down somewhere. Now, H-Town said that, and I want to get on this here where people, let me finish this up. I want to get this off my chest before I let y'all go before we get to, and we did this one here on our brother, Marine brother, who went in for help, and they ambushed him and tackled him in Gainesville, Florida, VA hospital. Told him he wanted some help because he was having issues with his PTSD. And they say somebody told him to come up there, which I knew that person's name. We put it out. And the person say, oh yeah, come ask with me. He wanted to do like some type of treatment. Come there, they tackled him and locked him up for 3 days. He never went back to the VA. And he ended up taking his life 6 months later. Did you hear me? You see the foolishness, and you got people talking about not rewarding suffering. Are you an idiot? Suffering has caused people to lose their life. Sacrifice. Oh Lord. They make some of you guys. Some of you ain't done jack on no battlefield. Most of them scared. I was there. Don't get me to talking. Don't get me to talking. I know what it's about. Most of them quiet. They work with us. And the other white guys somewhere hiding. Tell me I'm lying. All of a sudden I'm looking, it's getting empty. Everybody back toward the back. Where all the heroes at? Man, if y'all don't sit down, stop trying to divide veterans. Let me tell you something. We had a female veteran, male veteran in supply. They were prisoners of war. They got them and put them over there because they in these trucks carrying our supplies. When they show video of her, she just kept her cool. Yeah, we was worried about her. I didn't see the video, I think, until I got back home, but we heard about it. We was concerned about her. We hope we didn't violate her and the other gentleman, but she just kept her cool. And thank God that they made it back. Now, who are you to say that her service wasn't worth it? Fool. Yeah, we ain't doing that here. So, family, we also have this one here where we talking about what they owe us. Yeah, they want to pay everybody but us. They'll pay the Medal of Honor winners because that's a small group of mostly white males that carry the water. Okay, there was. Let me ask this: anybody remember has a female? Anybody that wasn't on the broadcast about the Medal of Honor? Have any women ever won the Medal of Honor? Put in there yes or no. Y'all can all answer yes or no. I'll put it like this here. How many women have won the Medal of Honor? You can put 0 to however many you want to put. How many women have won the U.S. Medal of Honor? Put it in the chat. Then we talked about the super soldier syndrome. See, we covered all this before this $100,000 payment was out. I knew someone. Let us know. Betty Bob say 1 is 1 in 1876. Come on, let us know, fam. How many? women have won the medal of honor. And then at 100% bait and switch, they're trying to get you back to work. But instead of putting these other people back to work, 1 in 100 years ago, ain't that something? 1 over 100 something years ago. And there's other women that have sacrificed since then that they don't give them the medal of honor. Hey, John, you don't know, I know it. Now, conversation. Join the conversation. Yeah, one woman, she was a physician, surgeon. She won the medal of honor. Family, we want to hear from you. Anything you got to say. We're going to try to keep it on these 2 hours, but it depends how it go. Any questions? And what about the weather? Where you at? In particular, what's the temperature? Let us know. Now let us cook. And we at the end of it. Those of you that don't want to hear, this is H-Town's personal opinion. Y'all put y'all questions, comment, and concerns. But I'm going to tell you, I really don't like when you're out here just copying me. Now, you might get a few things, but you other YouTubers, you need to get creative. You're not going to be able to be me because you don't know how to talk. You're afraid to bring people up. You're afraid to interact with the chat and let them say something. And you're bigging up everybody but the person that you're copying, because ain't nobody else doing it but me for the most part. You understand? But you don't, you want my style, but you don't want what come with it. Huh? When you pray for the rain, you got to deal with the mud too. You understand? Yeah, I got no respect for you on that. Now, we might be able to talk about that one day. Ain't cool. You gonna think you're gonna be able to avoid me because I ain't got that many subscribers. That's cool now. And you're kissing up to all the people that got big subscriber numbers. That's not a good look. You gotta watch out what the country song say. Okay, we got him in here. Dogface Soldier about to coming up. And I'm gonna say this here. They said like this here. George Strait have a song. First, she gonna come on strong, like she love you all night long, like it's going out of style, and then she'll leave you with a smile. I'm talking about these YouTubers that start off like they tough. You'll give her all your heart, and then she'll tear your world apart. Oh, she gonna love you, and then she gonna leave you with a smile. See, everybody have different motives, and some people can't handle having attention. Stick to the rules, stay to the code, be loyal to the veteran, because we can see. Y'all think we stupid? Now listen what he's saying. I'm about to pull my brother up. We about to pull Dogface Soldier up now. Thank y'all for being here. Let me turn this music off. Let's get Dogface Soldier up here. Brother Dogface Soldier, this is H-Town Vet. How are you, my brother?
What's going on, H-Town? What's going on, vets? Happy weekend, happy Sunday, and getting ready for the Monday, you know? So I'm really happy that you posted good information out today, brother. And I thought I heard you rhyming earlier, Dogface, for not only for Dogface, but for everybody else in the chat, man. You sound like Marvin Gaye.
It's in my culture, man. We cut up like that sometimes, but I'm just copying songs from other people, you know. Listen, Betty Bob say it's 34 clear down to 27 degrees. I second that, Charleston. I forgot what he said. Listen to what Charleston say. Then Lieutenant Gage disrespected Tammy Duckworth, senator, and lost 2 legs compared to his 1. Wow. I'm trying not to laugh. Okay, don't do that. Wow. He said, yeah.
Oh, man.
But the nerve of him. Yeah, he
said
she was still here. I couldn't talk when she was here. You know, I didn't get a chance to respond. You ain't no senator. You don't have to respond to her. She spoke her piece. She spoke up for us. She ride for us until she proved otherwise. She's always been stand up when she must be stand up for us because they attacked her about getting a tax exemption on our house, bro. Come on now. No, I want you to say, keep that. Don't put the mute on. I want to hear you. You ain't talking over me. I'm enjoying this. What's going
No,
on,
it's
brother?
good. No, it's good, brother. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of things going on right now with the Veterans Association, and more importantly, the opposing side. We have a lot of opposing people. They're getting paid off left and right, and we have to be vigilant. We're having these veterans that are probably being paid six digits just to spread out misinformation, right? And a lot of us veterans are hurting. A lot of us veterans are in need, and instead of helping the veteran, they're out there trying to destroy. You know,
You, you
a
kind of
lot of
breaking
people
a
out
little bit.
here. Yeah, do you hear me?
I hear you now. Go ahead. A
Yeah,
lot of
a lot of
people
people
what?
here are trying to make a lot of people here are trying to make ends meet, and these politicians, man, don't even see what we go through every day. It's
They
very
know.
sad. But I'm glad that, yeah, yeah. But I'm glad you're bringing awareness, brother. You and a lot of other small veteran channels out there, man, that are making it in the forefront, so people could,
Yes.
be aware of these hypocrites.
See, because here's the
Yeah,
thing. They deny us our increases, even when we have evidence. They make us overdeveloped claim, but they give
yeah,
$100,000 just like this without any problem from Democrats or Republicans, House or the Senate, and they don't need a
yeah,
study. They don't need to evaluate. You ain't got to go up there and beg. They go up there, just give it to them. So with us, they have to do all these dog and pony shows. No.
yeah.
And Lieutenant Colonel Gade, he's talking about what we shouldn't get. Nobody spoke against what he said. The Tuberville, who is the senator from his state, that he's getting all these
Mhm.
military contracts. Gade is. Hint, hint. What's going on there?
Yeah,
More should be looked into that. And he says nothing about this man talking greasy about us. And you
right.
got you
Here we
got go ahead.
No, no,
How do
I
you
know what you're
feel?
saying.
Go ahead. Let me let you finish.
Yeah, no, no. It's sad because a lot of us veterans are going through the process, and when we go through the process, it's not easy. Like I mentioned before, we get denied. They don't see the struggle that we have to go through just to get the claim that we're at. Our benefits for what we've earned through the time and service, and these people are kissing butt, brown nosing their way up to six digits. And they're
Mm,
questioning our integrity. That's the
and
problem.
they
They're
ain't got
questioning our
none.
integrity. They're questioning, and they ain't got none. Like they think that they don't smell over there. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
in actuality, it's the opposite. These people are as
They
corrupt. These
stink
people are as
all
crooked
day.
as a dog hind leg. So
let,
as my
let me
hind
ask you
leg,
this.
because I'm dog faced.
Now,
Yeah.
Dolphin, let me ask you this here. How did you I
Yeah.
don't know if you saw the information we put out about uh, Dakota Meyer and the stuff he put out there. What you think of that, man? That he would say
That's
such
crazy, brother.
statement. He said, hold on,
Yeah.
let me put it up.
Just
That's
like I mentioned before, yeah, I can see you. Just like I mentioned before, brother, like these people are leaders, just like how you mentioned an old Civil War veteran, uh, doing good for the country, but now afterwards he started going rogue on his own nation. But these people are going rogue on our, on us, former
but
brethren in the armed services.
they doing it on our back, bro. Look at that. What you think about this guy
Yeah.
talking greasy about
Oh,
us like that? They like, hey, we gotta listen. Congress be like, we gotta listen to him. He's a Medal of Honor winner, and he said all these disabled veterans stop paying people to be broken. Well, I ain't gonna just be broken. I'm gonna
crazy.
be broke. System
All I gotta
rewards
say,
pain.
brother, is this is a political move, all this. They get a small community of people, right? And they don't look at the
Yes.
bigger picture, but they grab a small community of people and they put propaganda out there, so they could
Yeah.
listen to so people that don't know what's going on are going to be suckers, and then they're going to vote for bills because of this small little community,
How
instead
can
of
we get
listening to
the
the
word
bigger
out?
perspective.
Okay, I'm sorry. How can we
I
get
mean,
the
we gotta
word
we
out?
gotta yeah, we got to talk to our Congress. We have to step up, and like I said,
Mhm.
these channels are our first step. But our responsibility is as veterans is to protect our benefits, protect what we've earned, and we got to be in the forefront speaking out on this, just like you and other channels that bring up individuals that are against us, and
Yeah.
tell it how it is, and bring awareness and transparency so people can understand how corrupt the system is, and their motives. That's what's going to alleviate all these issues that's happening right now around us with the veterans. They're so caught up with our situation that they don't even focus on anything else that's going on in the world. You know, I mean, we're the least
Yes.
people that we should be focused on. But they
Why they
they seem
all
like
in
they
our
put us as a
pockets?
priority.
And we
Right.
don't draw attention to ourselves as veterans and as disabled veterans. We don't run around showboating or nothing. I don't run around talking, look at my medals, look at me, look what I
Right.
accomplished. No, it's not like that. What do you think? See, no, I want to say this, family. And for
Uh-huh.
you channels that are out there that talk a big game, but you wishy-washy, I'd rather you just shut up, because we need a consistent message. You can't be wishy-washy. We call it fickled. You understand?
Yeah.
Meaning
You tell them. You
1
tell them,
minute,
H-Town. Al, you tell them.
I don't like you fickle. You come out talking big, and then all of a sudden you're soft shoeing, we call it in my community. You're tap dancing,
Yeah.
but you're soft shoeing. So you need to speak up or shut up. Don't be
Exactly.
doing both
And
of
and
them.
I,
Go ahead.
we got to stay consistent, brother. Just like how we are. You guys are, and everybody in the chat. Like, we're all consistent, man. When we call it how it is. I hate people that come in, politicians that probably will come into your channel in the near future, or other people's
Mhm,
channels, and they jump ship every time it's convenient for them, right?
mhm.
When they're bombarded with veterans. Oh well, the veterans is the key to is the key. They're the what is it? They're the victims. Blah blah blah. But when they go up in
Mhm.
Congress, they switch sides. They jump ship, and then they downplay us. They talk about us like if we're like freaking like welfare seekers. That's what they say. That's what they look at us like we're collecting money just like we're doing welfare, which is ridiculous.
Can I
I
break it
mean,
down?
yeah.
Listen, in the black community, when I was growing up in the hood, we had a saying: when somebody bother you and they ask you for some money, and when you give them that money and then they never pay you back, we don't get mad. Some of us say, "No, I just bought him for $50. He mine. I bought him. He can't never come back to me, ask me for no money. He can't never deal
Hmm.
with me." Dayton bought Dakota Meyer for $100,000. I hope
Yeah.
he can go to whatever ceremonies that they'll use him for, because his paperwork dirty in New York. He's not reaching out to other veterans. He, a young man who accomplished so much, could be doing so much to help us as a veteran community. But you turned coat on us. You did a Benedict
Yeah.
Arnold. You did a
Yeah. There you go.
Benedict Arnold. Yeah, yeah. You supposedly quote unquote a hero. I don't know. Benedict Arnold did what he did. Benedict Arnold sacrificed for this country, because if he
Ugh.
didn't, they would have said he was a coward and a liar on the battlefield. But
I'll
no,
tell you that,
Benedict
right?
Arnold did the right thing, but he betrayed. So if you did what they say you did, Mr. Dakota Meyer, why in the world are you disrespecting us as disabled veterans and those seeking their VA compensation? Go ahead, bro.
What? I don't know how this guy sleeps at night for real. I don't know a time and place in history that we come to this point of downing veterans. We came so far of being so negative to veterans. It's ridiculous. And I think there has to be a stance. There's got to be a stance, and we got to go up against the evil cause that's going on right now. Because I've never thought in a million years we were going to get to this point of being downplayed and being accused of. Like, we're looking like if we're criminals, like if we're like out there trying to get money off the government. And it's got to the point of ridiculousness. And
Uh-huh.
we got to put an end to this. We have to, because if we don't, then these people are going to be out there trying to downplay us. It's gotten that serious.
Well, you know what didn't happen, right? This is what has happened, my brother.
Hmm.
That's what happened right there.
Yeah.
Being a veteran has become a dirty word. See, H-Town
Man.
cover all this stuff. Being a veteran is a dirty word. Unless you are a Medal of Honor winner, then you're not a veteran. You're a Medal of Honor winner. Unless you Lieutenant Colonel Gay, you're a Lieutenant Colonel, you're a PhD, but you're not a veteran. You understand? So these people claim everything but veteran status because they know that we are the ones that in Congress that they're not fighting for or rooting for. They say veteran all day, you don't do nothing for us. The system hasn't got better. They're not holding the VA accountable. Look, they didn't bring in, and like you said, all these fat cats up there. You got all these veteran service organizations. Let me ask you about that. They got all these big salaries, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. But
Yeah.
the younger people are not going to these. These things are becoming defunct. They're closing chapters.
Oh, yeah.
But I want you to think about that. Let me read his question here. A couple of questions. These heroes are doing psych ops. We have to call them out in mass. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Now listen to what Charleston say. He says, Dakota Meyer will never have a longtime partner. No woman would stand with him. He be lonely. He'll be lonely. Yes, indeed. Now
He's a lonely
listen.
man. That's for sure.
Could you imagine his mindset? What kind of woman?
Oh,
Because
definitely.
now listen, he say, MG Smith say, H-Town, we have to be a Dick Donnie in the White House now. Okay. Now who was that? Let us know. What he do? Now go ahead. What you think
I was gonna
about that?
mention
Go
one
ahead.
thing, brother. If you see that picture right there, brother, of them pointing a finger at a veteran, right? That's exactly how the politicians are doing. They're pointing a finger at veterans, and bringing up that little community to point the finger at us. But look at the finger. How many fingers are pointing back at them? And that's exactly what we have
Ooh,
to we have to
three
project
of
it. We
them.
have to project that exactly. So you see four people there. How many people? How many fingers are pointing back at them? And that's exactly what you guys have to
Three
do.
times four is
Uh,
12.
Yep. And that's exactly what the channels have to do. That's exactly what us veterans have to do to them. They point the finger at you. You have to say, hey, they're three pointing back, because we have to blame them that they're the ones that are incompetent, and they're the ones that are messing up with our benefits, and it can't go on like this anymore. We
They
have to make
think
this as an obligation.
they're banking on the fact that we will not organize, we will not stand together, because they're thinking that if they give any veteran we make a leader, we're not gonna have no leaders. The code gonna be the leader. H-Town ain't nobody leader. The code gonna be the leader. That when I'm off
Yeah.
code, scratch me and throw me to the side. But you better have some
Yeah.
proof, because some veterans, all they got to do is come up to them with a bag, and they go. And a bag mean a bag full of money, for those who know. That's the hood
Right.
talk. They come up to them with a bag, and then all of a sudden they like, hey, we don't need no VA disability. Y'all go home. We don't need no money. Hold on. Why are you speaking for us? Because they got money in their pocket. Now let's see what MG Smith say. Benedict Arnold. Now we have a Dick Donald. We have a Dick Donald. Okay. Oh, Donald. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh man, we got to make these guys are goofy. These are whole goofies, but dangerous goofies. Family, we got 23 likes here, and we thank y'all. So let me ask you this here. When did you start to see a change where being a veteran became a dirty word? And y'all can answer that in the chat too.
I've noticed that. I noticed that through your channel. I've noticed that through Dougie. I think that's the first time I've heard it. I heard it before, but not so prevalent as Dougie. And not so prevalent as Gabe. That's why it's very informative. It's so good that you're very informative when it comes to the current events, because we have to be aware on the attack on veterans.
Yes,
And
sir.
I don't even know. Everybody's so biased that nobody's going to be up to date on what's really happening behind the scenes. And I'm really happy that we have channels like you to be, much more transparent on what's happening in reality, and not this manipulation stuff that's happening in the mass media. And thanks to you, I was able to find out the truth of what's happening.
Well, this is important because, family, I want y'all to consider this here. I want y'all to consider the fact that civilians don't understand internal veteran and military politics like we do. So they'll believe whatever they say. If they say we corrupt, they'll say we corrupt. If they say the Medal of Honor winners and Lieutenant Colonel Gabe, disabled veteran, business is good, they'll believe it's good. So we got to get our own statement out because they putting dirt on our name. Now, brother, what
Oh yeah, definitely, brother.
if you had one thing to say to Doug Collins, Dougie? What would it be about the current state or atmosphere that veterans have to live in?
I want to be I don't want to talk French to him, but I just want to tell him to, I don't want to be speaking in different languages, but all I got to say respectfully is please get your head out of your gluteus maximus. If you guys know what gluteus maximus is, yeah, look it up. But yeah, he's got to get it out, and start putting veterans first
Out
because
his back,
that's what
go ahead.
yeah,
Out
that's
his
what it means.
backside.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's exactly what he has to do. Get his head out there, man, and start fighting for the veteran and all these other ex-veterans, supposedly, that are out there downing us. They got to be with us because no one is like I said, you were out there in the fort. If supposedly you were in the battlefield with us, who was out there looking after your back? The politicians weren't looking after your back. Was the
No.
veteran over there? It was actually the veteran that was looking out for your back. And you're going to be
I,
out there throwing them under the bus. It's crazy.
and I'm telling you, for the last 20 something years, it may be a little more now, that many of these congressmen, they children don't go into the military like that. And they definitely don't go to no combat. So they brought that out in Fahrenheit 9/11. The guy that used to made the what's his name? I can't think his name. But he
Oh
made
yeah,
documentary. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Something
but
more, right?
yeah,
Something more.
yeah.
I
More.
forgot his name.
He's from Flint,
Yeah.
Michigan. So here we go. Charleston, I thought you would appreciate that. Let's see what y'all got. Charleston say, look, Charleston Hyde, he say, fool me once, shame on you. You fool us twice, dice on, shame on, forget it. We don't play. No, we're not playing. We're not
Hey,
playing.
hey, H-Town, I'm gonna do a George Bush. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. If you fool me once, you can't fool me again.
But that dude, he from Texas, man, from Houston. But
Yeah.
I be like, doggone, man, why we got it? And he was looking up, trying to figure out what to say. But when that
He's trying
guy
to
threw
figure out
that
what to say.
shoe at him in the Middle East, boy, he got some reflexes, don't he?
Oh man, he could be a good boxer. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Do y'all have
He's got a reflex like a cat.
yeah, anybody got any questions of Dogface Soldier? Any topic you want us to talk about? Because this brother is really supportive and respectful. Let me say this here, bro.
Mm.
That we gotta you think we need to get these politicians' number? And let me ask you, do you think if we start standing up, what do you think that would neutralize all these people speaking for us? Because I noticed that Gabe, after he got drugged on social media, he went on some YouTubers channels, and
Yeah.
he must have felt bothered by the reaction.
Yeah, and that's exactly it, brother. The thing about the politicians is because they have the limelight, so they're able to say what they want to say. But when you start putting them in the corner and pressuring them, they fold like paper. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Mhm.
exactly what we have to do. Our responsibility is to put the facts out there so they won't be able to trample on our situations. But if we stay quiet, that's when the enemy attacks. You know,
We need to.
we always,
We need to.
yeah,
Wait, hold on. We need to, and I'm gonna cut you off. We
no,
need
no,
to. If they have any town halls in your area, you need to go to that town hall and speak up, and make
yeah,
sure you recording or somebody recording it. You need to speak up and hold them. Put I ain't gonna say put foot to butts,
yeah.
as we say here, because we can't let them come around and sit and talk nice and all this here stuff. No, we want to know. We need to find out when they're in your area. We're gonna start looking it up and we're gonna try to post that. Go ahead, brother.
Also, brother, your content or anybody that's opposed to these dictators, but share it with your friends or family. If your family is into or in government or of influence, Share it to them.
Yes.
Let them be aware of what's happening. It has to be
Yes.
sent to the masses, and the more eyes and ears are involved in this movement, things are going to change for our behalf. Because like I said, the VA wouldn't be the VA if it wasn't for the veteran. Bottom line,
Come on
you
now.
know. Yeah,
Would
it
they
wouldn't
have
be
the?
there for the
Let
veteran.
me ask you a question. Would they have the funding that they have right now?
Not at
Would
all.
people be employed like they are now? Would
Nope.
they? Would all these veteran service organizations, like the VFW, be able to pay these high salaries like they're doing right now to these in these
I'll tell you
nonprofit
this.
organizations?
I'll tell you this. If we stand up to them and tell them, hey, you know what? You guys want to make McDonald money? You guys want to make $15 an hour? Then start spreading this false information because it could lead that way. Because like I said,
Because
us veterans not going to put up with that.
I'm tired of eating on us. They eating off us, man. They eating off us. By the
Yep.
time we get to the tables, ain't nothing but crumbs. And when we reach for the crumbs, they knock the whole plate and the crumbs off the table.
There you go.
So if they say, if
Exactly.
I'm full, I can't eat it. Think about that. Dakota Meyer got $100,000 a year now. And he's trying to knock the rest of the little crumbs that we get off the table. He said, I
Hmm.
can't eat it, but I don't want you to have it.
Also, gay too.
And
He puts
Gabe,
himself as a disabled veteran on his what is his business, about his business,
but he
and
say he
he's
don't
talking
center
about
himself. He don't
he
center
doesn't
himself in
consider
the
it.
disability.
Yeah, he doesn't use that, disabled veteran and to benefit himself, and he's out there putting it right there on his business. He's such a hypocrite. Everybody's such a hypocrite because, like I said, they're making money because of us. And now they're going to downplay us. That's the crazy thing.
Because
And that's how
they're
politicians
both
work.
they're using their military service to make money. Now
Right.
listen what Charles to say. 2026 town halls will resume. That's when we attack, question them, midterm elections. Yes, indeed. So we need to get a list. I need y'all to help us to find out when they're gonna have these town halls. I'm gonna definitely show up if I can. H Town gonna be there, and if you can show up video, but we gotta be on code. We gotta be speaking the language. That's why you need to come to the channel and get informed because we're going to do this thing on the grassroots. We cannot have somebody that's been a puppet that's been popped up to represent us. No,
Exactly.
we're going to represent ourselves. What you think about that, brother Dogface Soldier?
Yeah, it would be ridiculous for us to have a representative, not even represent us. You know what I'm saying? That say that they're going to represent us, but that in actuality, trying to destroy us. That's like a totally contradicting.
Let
So
me
we
ask
have
you
to be
this here.
smart. Hmm.
Okay, even like a Sean Ryan, the former Navy SEAL, even though I haven't heard him say, uh, he might have, but I haven't heard him say nothing about we shouldn't get our VA compensation. He gets his. Let
Hmm.
me ask you, people like him, can we even have people like him speak for us?
You know what? No, I mean we have to have competent people, consistent people. People that talk down about other people's branches or what they've done, their MOSs. During the time of
Okay.
service. I mean that right there, they shouldn't even be considered in the office or be representation if they can't even respect any other branches from the start. How are we gonna have a person like that represent the masses?
Because
Because he's
have you
representing
ever, go ahead.
Mhm. He's representing not only Army, he's representing Navy, Marines, Air Force. So if he's putting division and levels and stuff like that, and who should and who shouldn't, I've seen that a lot in different people. I don't know if that's really his agenda, but I mean, from what I'm looking at, they're all the same.
Mhm.
We shouldn't have any of those representing us. That's for sure.
Yes, because see, here's the thing, because we don't know who they're beholden to. Remember, he was able to work when he got out the military. Sean Ryan was able to work with the CIA. So he was able to that's a government job he got. He was like some assistant. So all these people giving government jobs. So are they going to speak against the people that's paying them?
Oh
My
heck no.
question to you.
To be honest with you, I mean, like I said, once you're in that three-letter organization, man, you're in there for life, and you can't
Uh,
go up against them.
I'm talking about them alphabet people.
The alphabet people, I'm telling you, that's a whole different. That's a different beast of its own. That's for sure. But
Well,
like I said, once they give their allegiance to or an organization because they're getting paid all that money, they already sealed they already sealed their fate. They're going to be for whatever benefits them, and they rather eliminate all of us veterans just for them to gain what they have, and that's very unfortunate. But sometimes people are like that, brother. It's like the old saying goes, what is it? With absolute power corrupts absolutely, you know
yes.
so, and that's exactly what these politicians or these type of people are. Once they get elevated to a certain position, they're corrupted 100%. So we need competent people to be in office. Not
Hmm.
incompetent.
You
Yeah.
right. Now I'm gonna let you have the last word. I want you I want you to say whatever you would like to say. What inspires you to come and speak on the live chat? What any concerns or anything?
Yeah. Well, this motivates me, H Town, especially with these topics, these live events that's happening right now as we speak. That you're bringing up awareness, and it just motivates me to go on live, man, and to support your channel, and to be along with all the veterans here in the chat, man, to tell you that we have your back, and uh, we're going to do our part, whether to share this information out to our family or friends, uh, to make things happen, brother. Because like I said, we're on this together, and if we don't do anything about it, it's going to pass us by, and the evil is going to take over if we don't do anything about it. And
Yeah.
that's what's happening. It's a battle between good and evil.
And I hope that other people, other channels, you get the courage. I know it ain't easy because you're trying to survive in life, but we want to make sure you don't burn no bridges on the way. Now, if you do burn them, you
Yeah.
burn them on dealing with ones that ain't doing no good anyway. But if we out
Yep.
here, if somebody you may not like me or like another content creator, if they're doing the right thing, it ain't about you liking them. It's about following the mission. And the
Yeah.
mission, what is our mission? What would you say? I'm gonna ask you, as veterans, as disabled veterans, as honorably discharged veterans, tell us what the mission is. Family, y'all can tell us in the chat what you think our mission should be in dealing with this current environment where being a veteran is a bad word. What is our mission,
No,
my brother?
no, it's first and foremost, for them to respect the name as a veteran, and to know that, we're not there begging for it. We're reaching out to the VA for help, and
Yes.
we're going based on the law. Everything that's provided is a process, and a lot of
Okay.
times we get denied multiple times just to get to where we needed to be. So we're doing everything accordingly. So for them not to blackball us by us doing everything that we have to do accordingly, and for us and to protect us, to protect our rights as veterans. I think that's the most important thing. That's what it's all about when it's all said and done, is to protect the veteran, and to respect them. you know Everything else is all secondary. I'm Like I said, I never thought that this was ever going to come, we were ever going to get to this point in life that they blackball us. It's in the opposite. The
Mhm.
veterans should always be treated at the most highest respect, and we have to show that to Congress. We have to show that to these people, that they have to respect us.
Well,
Because
let
if
me
it
say
wasn't
that
for us, this nation would have been this. Who else is going to fight for this nation?
those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. I saw it coming because once they stop fighting as many wars and conflicts, and now the military they start downsizing it, the next thing they want to do is gut veteran benefits. Now, I want to
And,
ask you these three questions. Go ahead.
I was going to tell you this, and just like I reiterate earlier, if we wouldn't fight this war, if we wouldn't join the service, then who else was going to do it? Their children was not going to do it. It's the safety
No,
of for their family. I think that's what it's all about. They have to realize, if we wouldn't be out there in the forefront, their family members wouldn't be safe at night.
but
They wouldn't be able to lay their head on night.
what they're saying from their privileged position is, what have you done for me lately? Regardless of the fact that you sacrifice your life, your psychological state, time with your family, because we can't get our time back that we was in the
Yeah.
military. What have you done for me lately? Now, brother, I did
Well,
say, go ahead.
it seems like they forgot, brother. It seems like they forgot the sacrifice that we did for them to get to where they're at.
Well,
It's
at
like,
least
oh, well,
until the next threat
mhm.
to the country.
Yeah.
Then they
It's
gonna
like,
be
oh,
coming.
yeah,
They be coming back. Hey, big head, what's going on? Oh, don't worry about it. I don't worry about what I said before.
yeah.
What you doing? Go ahead.
That's crazy, brother. It seems like they just forgot. They forgot what happened in 9/11 and the aftermath and everything that the service members have done. I mean, they don't see the sacrifice. They just hear it or they see it in CNN, but they don't see the actual events that's occurring in our life.
Because
And
they're
they
up in
just
that
blow it out.
tower. They're
Exactly.
living in a echo chamber where all of them just talk to each other and they never talk to us. If we lived in a place where we never talk to other veterans, you got to get around the veterans because you would lose touch. Now with Dakota
Yes.
Meyer, he, I'm sure he had some good intentions at some time, maybe, but at some point, they almost like worship these people, and
Yeah.
that affects them. Let me ask you, if he was to say this to you, these three statements. I want to ask you each one, then I'll let you, we'll close it out.
Okay.
Uh, you'll let you say your last statement. Stop. If he say we need to stop paying people to be broken, what would you say to him if he said that to you and you're a disabled veteran? He say we need to stop paying you to be broken. What would you
We got to
say
stop.
to him?
We got to stop paying you your money then too. Because you're broken as well. I mean, you're just looking yourself in the mirror too. Whoever you see out there, veterans that are supposedly like you're saying that they're broken, you're talking to somebody. It's a reflection of yourself. So he's pretty much shooting himself in the foot.
Yeah,
By
because
talking like
he's
that.
projecting. He
Yeah.
projecting what he's already feeling
Exactly.
inadequate. Now, what if he asks you, if he say to you, you know what, dog-faced soldier, the system should not reward your pain.
That's crazy. I mean, the system should not reward my pain. I mean, first of all, I mean, it's not. It was in a. What is it? It wasn't. It's not like a. It's not a gift that they gave
No.
us. They think
And where
that
does the pain come from? Go ahead.
exactly. They have to see where where it originated from, and they think it's a privilege for us to be. We give all respect to the VA, but it's not a gift like the welfare system. We earn where we're at. It's
Because they
protected by
said reward.
documents.
They said reward. I mean, but you're right. They talking about like it's a gift, a reward. Go ahead. That's
Yeah, like you said, it's just the crumbs. Oh, here you go. Like and not knowing that we earned it. The back pain that we received or the PTSD that we received wasn't because we were in the civilian life. It was because we served this country and we went through some crazy stuff.
and they
And
can't
that's the reason
stand to see us get our benefits. They
they
resent
can't.
it.
They
They
resent it
resent
exactly.
it. They can't stand because many of them we get benefits that Congress don't get. And when they
There you
see
go.
it, some of them hate on that. Now, my
Yeah.
last one to you is if you talking to Dakota Meyer and he says to you, don't punch him or nothing. He say, he say we have to. He say he tell you he pull his finger. I say you have to stop confusing sacrifice with suffering. I sacrificed, sir, and got the Medal of Honor. You suffered, and now you're a disabled veteran. What do you say?
No. When you put on that uniform, that's sacrificing. You know, when it doesn't matter what you've done, you're sacrificing your own life. Doesn't matter what branch you serve for this country. You know, and through that sacrifice comes suffering. You know,
Come
you
on now.
sacrifice first, and then through that sacrifice, there's suffering involved. But you can't separate them two. And that's the thing. They try to be politically correct. They try, by trying to separate everything and segregate everything, so trying to justify their means. But no, it all comes together.
Are
You
you
can't you
saying
cannot
that?
one can't go out. One can't be separate from the other. It all comes together.
Okay. So you saying that sacrifice could cause you to suffer. That if you sacrifice your time, you're away from your family, or a family member may pass, and you way in a training somewhere. That
Yeah.
is a suffering. Or your parent or your wife is about to have a baby or something.
Hmm.
That is sacrifice that can cause suffering.
Yes, it goes together. We all sacrifice and we all suffer together, wearing
Yes,
that uniform. and it comes together. And that's the big difference between our ideology and their ideology. And we have to get it together. All of us as veterans have to talk like that and approach it that way, because if we don't, they're going to try to use these means to try to separate us, and we can't let this division happen. That's the key.
Yes. Now, what I'm gonna read this, and then I want you to say, what your last statement, what you want to say. We're gonna close out. Now, Charleston say either the system will respect veterans, or like Rome, will have to contract out wars or bring back draft. Either way will cost them
Oh yeah,
money.
definitely. Yeah, it's not gonna
Now,
exactly. It's gonna cost more money that way, because now you're gonna have to provide for the masses instead of it being a volunteer force. They do a draft. They're gonna be spending more money that way. Instead of just respecting the veterans that were before them. You know, and keeping it the way it's supposed to be. They're just messing themselves up. That's what it is.
now I want you to be honest, brother, and because brother, and I want you to be honest right now. Am I am I going a little too extreme on the Medal of Honor winner Dakota Meyer? Because I
No.
need to know. Just be honest with me, man. Because I went in on
No.
him. You
Yet you
know,
have to call it. You have to call it what you see it, brother. And we all agree. We're all in tune on what you're saying. We all agree upon it because it's true. You got to call for what you see it, because if you've seen these people act in a certain way and they're not consistent, and they're trying to, you know, jump ship, and you can see some inconsistencies in how they are from being service members, and then out of a sudden they're downplaying the service member. You have to call it what it is. And it's people like you, H Town, that brings the veteran prestige and respect. Not like these people up there that are just downplaying them. So we give you full props that you're doing what you have to do right now to call these people
thank you,
out.
thank
And
you.
you're not going hard on them whatsoever. In the contrary, this is the way it's supposed to be. You know,
Yeah,
and if people don't like it, then hey, you know what? I mean, then you don't have to watch the channel if people don't like it. But it's the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts.
why do you watch the
That's how it
channel,
is.
bro? Why do you? What stands out with you? What resonates with you with this channel?
Well, it's the transparency that you bring out, brother. And the interaction with you and your subscribers, and the transparency that you bring out with everything that's going on in the world, and especially what's going on with veterans, because this channel is for the veteran. And when we see these the turmoils that's happening behind the scenes, and you're in the forefront, brother, and bringing us awareness. That's why I come back, because this is some stuff that we have to know, to be prepared
Yes,
and what's coming for the future.
I'm John the Baptist in the wilderness. You understand? Telling one gonna come after me, and his name may be Dogface Soldier. Thank you, brother. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Yes,
And
sir.
you have
No,
a good
thank you
night.
guys again. You guys, much love. Happy Sunday. Yeah, you have a good night. God bless, and until the next time.
Till the next time. Everybody show love to Dogface. Thank you, brother. Fam, what y'all think about that? Come on now. Let us know. Did we cover it tonight? How y'all feel about what we talked about tonight? Fam, thank you. Come on now. See, we building something here, and we can't have trolling. Show love to Dogface if you enjoyed what he was saying, if you understood what he was talking about. Let's get to it, fam. I got a lot of information to go over that our sister Betty Boston sent me. She must be feeling better now. Let me get this music on. We're gonna get ready to close out. Uh we got so Crimson Alumni 04 said, Crimson Alumni 04 says, H Town, you're not just about content, you foster family. 'Cause y'all my family. When I left when I left my home and, and I went in the military, I was nervous, and my military family became my family. I had I had brothers in there. I ain't never had brothers. I had sisters in there. I had aunties in there because y'all don't realize that had sergeant, the E7 and the E5. They looked after me like they was my auntie and I was their little brother. They was always there. Even when we was in Desert Storm, they were there. And when I saw them, they was happy to see me like I was their family member. They from Georgia, we from the South. But the fact that, they knew what kind of heart I had and they looked after me because I'm naive, man. I'm from Fifth Ward, but I'm like I was like a little church going around. I got in a little trouble, but I was just kind of a quiet kid. Betty Bob say, "Dog face soldier, good night." And then Charles say, "Thank you, thanks, dog face." And then Coach to say, "Salute, dog face soldier." Family, we're gonna get ready to close it out. Any last statement? Let's say some goodbyes and we're gonna close it out. Thank you so much, family. Family, we can't get enough of this, can we? Because every time they do something behind the curtain, we're gonna reach and throw that curtain. We're gonna pull them sheets off the bed, show what's going on. Oh, I should say bed. Now here we go. Now Charleston say, "I got my first of 2 shingle virus shots. Are all over 50 should get ESP women please get." Okay. Because when you have shingles, and I had shingles one time, ain't no joke. Now, is it true that if you never had chicken pox, you can't get shingles? Is that true? Because I don't remember ever having chicken pox. But I got shingles. So I must have had chicken pox one time, right? So family, let's get ready to say good night. We want to keep it around 2 hours. Dogface came on, but we gonna get it on out the building now. Let's say goodbye, fam. Okay, you had chicken pox. Okay, I must have had it and don't remember it. I said I had chicken pox. Charleston, thank you for being here. Chicken pox and all. Coasty, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you, Crimson Alumni for such a powerful statement. Thank you for all the information and content information, news, reports that you bring us, Betty Bobs. Thank you so much. And we wish you a speedy recovery. Y'all mean so much to me. I'm glad I didn't block myself. MG Smith, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for the information. And your statements really, they serious, but they so humorous and it made me feel good. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. V and Olive, thank you for showing up. It's always a pleasure to have you in the room. Thank you. AM, thank you for coming up here and spending time with us. And thank you for always supporting the channel. And Farm Girl Rebel, who's the first one in the house tonight, even though she left early, thank you. She pulled up a chair. Thank you. Blessings to you, your husband, and your children and extended family, and all your animals too, including the goats. Thank you so much. Bionic Woman, thank you for being so incredible and the introduction you give. It's, and the love that you show. Thank you so much. And I know y'all still care. And I want to give a special thanks to Alaskan Ice, who just always sending information, always showing love, and for her donation of $20, and Josie's donation of $50. Mom, thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Thank you. Big Dog in the Philippines. Much love, much love. Thank you. I'm glad he's back on. I think he's in Cali right now. And thank you so much for coming through. Been a long time. Rose City D in the house. Love to Rose City D. Thank you so much. Always checking in with us. We thank you for that. Much love, Rose City D. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. If I miss you, charge it to my dog face soldier. Well, I just said, thank you for showing up, my brother. Thank you for being in there and contributing. Brother Joseph, my foundational Black American brother. Thank you. We know each other on another channel, And this brother found me on his own. Thank you so much. Y'all, that's my brother, and I love him. And I love all y'all too. And ain't nothing you can do about it. That's what he used to say in the black church. I love you. And Farm Girl Rebel was the first in the house. Thank her. She pulled up a chair. Now we're gonna get and see what we got going before we close out here. Cause y'all get busy. Coasty say, good night, family. All right. Good night, brother Coasty. MG Smith say, go to Google settings and get your name back how you want to be in the chat. So go to Google settings, family. And I might try to do a little illustration. And Charleston say, good night, family, and H-Town. He got that rooster on there. Now, Betty Bob say, H-Town, you have a beautiful week. Good. Let me make this full screen. I don't know why I ain't got it full screen. H-Town, have a beautiful week. Good night, Charleston, Coasty, MG Smith, Rose City D, Crimson Alumni 4, J Olive, AM, Bionic Woman, Alaska Nice, and Joan. Josie. Thank y'all. We even bring them up when they ain't here because we love y'all. Betty Bob say good night, Big Dog, Rose City D. Then MG Smith said, Betty, so glad you're on a fast road to recovery. Yes, indeed. Oh, this has really meant a lot to me tonight. I feel so good, and I thank y'all for that. You hear me? Y'all just give me the energy that I need. Thank you. Fam? And then thank you, H-Town. Remom say, thanks for your channel, H-Town. The pleasure is all mine, sister. We thank God for you and your fam and your service to our country. Betty Bob say 24 likes and 9 watching. So family, we're going to get ready to close it out. We thank you for being here. We thank you for being so incredible. And we did our best to answer the question of the night about the top 10 service-connected disabilities. And until next time, family, have a blessed evening.